Have you ever felt, well, stuck? You know that feeling, right? Like you know you want more out of your life, but for some reason, something is just holding you back. Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful, simple tool that is designed to just shatter that feeling and help you get exactly what you want. It's called the 5-second rule, and trust me, it's way simpler than you think. But first, let's get selfish for just a second. Forget about what's supposed to sound good or what other people expect. What is the one thing that you truly want for yourself? Is it to triple your income, to finally start that business, to find love? Get that one thing crystal clear in your mind, right now. Okay, so if we know what we want, why don't we have it? We've got all the information in the world at our fingertips, right? Well, it often comes down to one single, tiny, and incredibly destructive word. We hear this all day, every day. We say it all day. Hey, how are you? Fine. And it seems so harmless. But this one little word, it's a cage. It's how we shut down the conversation. And even more importantly, it's how we shut down any possibility for real change in our own lives. You know, saying you're fine is actually a genius move if your goal is to stay exactly where you are. Because think about it, if you're fine, you don't have to do anything about it, do you? You've basically given yourself permission to not try, to just accept that you're okay not having the thing you really, really want. And this fine zone, it can look like any of these things you see here. It's that feeling of being roommates with your partner instead of being passionately in love. It's dragging around that extra weight you keep saying you'll lose. It's hating your job but never actually looking for a new one. These are the areas where we've just settled. We've settled for fine. But here's the thing. Settling for fine is so much more than just a missed opportunity. When you really wrap your head around the mind-boggling, sheer improbability of your own existence, you realize that being fine is actually a tragic waste. Just look at that number. Let it sink in for a second. 1 in 400 trillion. Scientists actually calculated those odds, factoring in every war, every natural disaster, every chance encounter throughout all of human history. That's the statistical probability of you being born. You're not just fine, you are a flat-out statistical miracle. And you know all those amazing, life-changing ideas that just pop into your head all day long? They're not there to torture you or to make you feel bad. No way. They are directly connected to that 1 in 400 trillion miracle. Those ideas are meant to be acted on. So if we're all miracles walking around with these brilliant ideas, why is it so hard to just do them? Why do we hit the snooze button on our own dreams? Well, the answer is actually in our own biology. There's this super powerful mechanism inside your brain that is actively working to keep you exactly where you are. And this is one of the most important things you will ever hear. If you are waiting to feel motivated, you're going to be waiting forever. I'm sorry, but motivation is not coming to save you. That's just not how our brains are wired. So what on earth are you supposed to do? Well, scientists actually have a name for that resistance you feel. It's called activation energy. And it's a very real physical force that's required to get you to switch gears, to get off autopilot and do something that's different, something that requires effort. Think of your brain as having 2 basic modes. Autopilot is for all your routines. You ever drive all the way to work and not even remember the trip? Yeah, that's autopilot. But the second you try to do anything that is new or difficult or uncertain, your brain slams on the emergency brake. So, how do we override that emergency brake? This is where it all comes together. This brings us to the solution. A simple, brilliant tool you can start using, like, right now. So the moment you have an instinct to act on one of your goals, you have about a 5-second window. Just 5 seconds. In that tiny window, you can physically move and connect that impulse to an action. But if you hesitate for even a second longer, your brain pulls that emergency brake and boom, the idea is dead. So here's exactly how you do it. The moment you feel that impulse, your alarm goes off and you know you should get up, you immediately start counting backwards, out loud if you have to. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This little countdown interrupts your brain's habit of hesitating, and when you hit 1, you physically move. You just throw the covers off. That's it. This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? That 5-second window is everything. It's the tiny gap between your great idea and your brain's incredibly powerful system of self-preservation that absolutely loves routine and hates anything that feels uncomfortable. Okay, so now you get the problem. You know the science behind why you feel so stuck. and you have the tool to break yourself free. So, what's your next move? Let's just be super clear about one thing. You are not short on amazing, life-changing ideas. That is not your problem. It has never been your problem. The problem is that you kill your own ideas before they even have a fighting chance. You let that 5-second window slam shut, and you let that emergency brake win every single time. You have got to get out of your own head. Stop listening to your feelings. They are almost always telling you to play it safe and stay comfortable. You have to force yourself into that discomfort because that, right there, that's where all the magic is. That's where your 1 in 400 trillion life actually begins. Remember that thing you wanted at the beginning of all this? That one thing that's just for you? You probably have an impulse right now to move toward it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.